Hey guys, welcome back to another episode thing of my vlog. Woo! So I'm not wearing my hoodie because, well, we got heat. Yay! We got some propane and stuff yesterday, I believe, and we got the tank thing full. So what to do? We got some heat at least. And if you hear something in the background, that is my 3D printer. I hope it's not too loud. I did a test of this, and it didn't seem like it was that loud. My voice kind of droned over it. It's there, but you know. Plus, I'm going to be talking about something I've been 3D printing over the past yesterday, 2 days, and yeah. So, whoa! I need to shave. So, I have some tea that still really warm. It's blueberry tazo something. Well, it's berry something tea, but it tastes like blueberry and it's pretty good. I put cream and sugar in my tea. Just my coffee, I put just cream, but tea, cream and sugar, and that's gonna keep me warm. So yeah, something I've been printing is if you are a gamer, you like them video games, you might know the game Destiny, or even if you don't. You might still know the game because it's a popular game. So I printed one of the guns at .6 scale for one of my friends, and I printed him the last word. And right now I am printing the final piece that I need for the gun Thorn, which is another exotic weapon. And yeah, so I have most of the pieces except for the last one, which is by far the biggest piece. It's I don't even know how big. Gigantic. Well, it's not gigantic. It's like, yeah, that big. It's like 6 inches, maybe. And usually I'm only supposed to be able to print 4 inches, but I did a height upgrade on my printer, as well as some other stuff, but that's besides the point. So, this is the handle, in .6 scale, which still, it's like the normal size of a pistol grip, maybe a little smaller. I printed this in .4, or .4 microns, which are .4 millimeters, or 400 micron, and it came out pretty decent. As you can see, it's got a little bit of like, check it in the light. There's some little artifacty things, but overall, I'm going to be trying to. This is going to be a test because I'm going to sand this piece once everything's attached, and I'm going to see how that goes. You can see that there's still some of the texture to it, or not the texture, the original model design. And this part is flat because this part, well, I need to actually sand this more. This part is going to be attached to this part, which is the thing that holds bullets. It's chamber thing. Can't remember the name at the moment. God, I'm terrible at this. And the trigger guard, and the top of the sight. So this will be attached like this, and that'll make one continuous thing. And then this part right here, so let's just say it gets held together kind of like that. Then that part gets attached to right here. And there's supposed to be a gap right there. There's supposed to actually be a little right here. So I'm just gonna line on Skype. Woo! It's supposed to be a little circle right there. Let's try to get a right here. There's supposed to be a little circle that I kind of peeled off because it didn't really print very well, because when I sliced this in NetFab, which is a thing you can cut bigger objects into smaller objects and make them easier to print, it didn't really cut that part really well. And there's also a little, this part right here, right at the bottom right here. As you can see, there's like a little slice, because it printed the bottom really strange. You can see it's supposed to just be completely flat. It's supposed to be completely solid, but it didn't. Oh well, it's supposed to go like this, right here. Like so, and I might melt a little nub in the middle so it's not just a big gap. But yeah, it looks pretty cool so far. And then I'm printing the barrel, which is about as big as both of these pieces. So it's going to be, you know, out to about here. Right there. It's going to be pretty freaking big. And yeah, I just used soldering. Well, actually, there's one more piece that is right here. I printed 2 of them in different qualities because I wanted to see which one would look better, and well, of course, one looks better than the other because it is clearly printed at a higher quality. But I just want to know if it would look better with lower resolution, because I printed this at 0.4. I printed this piece, which goes right here, like that. Hold on to it, kind of like the bottom of the pistol guard. Printed this in this one is 0.4, so it's the same resolution as one of these. You can see the lines. But then this one right here is printed in 0.2. Let's see if I can get a nice shininess. Come on. Let's get it in focus though. I can't change the focus on my iMac camera, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see it looks pretty decent. Not too bad. Difference between them, you can't really tell too much of a difference. But there's a little bit. You can see it's smoother right here than on this one. But yeah, I'm going to put that on. So I just take a soldering iron, and sometimes if I really want to, I take some epoxy, and I epoxy a piece, and I usually just solder the edges, the seams, like take a soldering iron and go neat, neat, and then on the other side and all around it, and that usually is enough to hold things together relatively well. But sometimes it's not, and sometimes things fall apart, like my ghost that I printed, which, where did he go? I'm not exactly sure where he is, but my ghost, I dropped him, and he fell apart, because I didn't really do a super great job soldering around and melting his 2 pieces together to keep them together. But at least I have this, and this should be fun. Hopefully it looks good when it's done, and I'm going to try sanding it down so that you don't see these lines, because you really can't see it on this video, but there's some significant lines, and those will I'll try sanding them down, because I ordered some sandpaper, the various grits, some rasps or files, and some Bondo spot putty that I'm going to try on some pieces, see if it will fill in the gaps relatively well, because if I do, then that'll actually help strengthen things, because it's an adhesive as well. It'll help strengthen the bonds, because I could actually put some, between where I stick them together, and it'll fill in the little tiny grooves. And then I can sand that, and it'll be easier. It'll be less sanding, so I won't have to sand out all the ridges. I'll sand down. It'll fill in the ridges, but it'll also put a little bit on top, sand it down just to those ridges, spray paint it if I want to, and boom. So yeah, that was a lot of talking about one thing. Sorry if you don't understand any of that. But one other thing that I printed was well, this is the first, this is the first one right here. You might wonder what it is. It's about that big. It is my attempt to design a, kind of like a steampunk goggle thing. So you'd put on, like this, hey, and then you'd have, another one. I have this one right here, also this one right here. This is the smallest. This is the medium size. And yeah, so small would be like this. Ooh, this is about, I think this normal size one would be, but online, except for it would be or not as tall. This is a little bit bigger than one that usually you find. But yeah, so it'd be something like this. Ooh, that looks silly. But once they have the goggles in, or the tinted glass, it looks a lot better. And plus, in the smaller and larger, since I just scaled this model down to make this one, they have holes for if you want to add the little thing in the middle. Hold them together, but I also need to add one on the other side so you can go around for a band. But I only did those as a test to see if it actually would look decent. And I have a bunch of different models. I made like 4 different designs based on the same one. And this one I just printed, and it looks decent, I think. So that's that. I hope my printer still isn't too loud and annoying. It's getting pretty close to being done, I think. Not before this video's over, but, take another sip of tea. Real warm. I also have a French bread pizza that I've been eating. record this since I'm just gonna have... No. I'm gonna finish this real quick. Oh. Mm. Real good. Almost done. Okay, so one last thing that I printed, which I've actually printed this a while ago, I don't think I showed in my last video, is this little head, alien head thing from, the dude modeled it, and there's also like a little stand that his head goes on, here's little legs, get out of their hair, my hair gets everywhere. So long and unwieldy! Ooh. But it goes like this, like that, and you do a little robo-alien guy. Pretty cool. I tried, I also printed its head in 2 pieces, and melted those together with my soldering iron, and then I spray painted them with my white primer, and because I wanted to see what it would look like with just a coating of primer on it. And it looked, you can still see the lines, of course. I wanted to see how well it would film in, because it's not going to film in very much, because it's not a additive primer, because there's some primers that are for that. But it made it white, and then I sanded down with... I've been using to actually sand things, I've been using a nail file. So I got this in a little kit thing. It's for sanding, or not sanding, it's for, you know, making your nails look pretty and stuff. But I used that to sand down this, just going like that. Works decently, and doesn't work great though. So then I'm going to try spray painting it again and see how many ridges there are still, and see how noticeable it is. So yeah, that's that. When I was printing this piece earlier, I accidentally... something happened, because I started the print, then I went to take a shower. That's why my hair's all like, ooh, kind of funky. I started the print and came back after my shower, and I thought there was going to be some progress done. I came back, and it was on the ground over here because it must have snagged, or something must have happened, and it must have fell, and it was still printing, or still trying to print. The filament snapped, so it wasn't actually printing anything, but it was still pushing itself up and down, going and trying to print. And I'm like, oh, and it got probably about an inch or 2 into the print. So I'm like, oh, well, that's bad, and this is all that it actually printed. So it printed this much, and then it printed, or tried printing that much after there was no filament. Real silly. So that's that. I don't know what else to talk about, so I think that's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, or if you want me to talk about less 3D printing, because it's just fun. I think this is really great. It's really addicting. Please comment and say so if you'd rather me talk about something else. I don't know what else, but if you would, leave a comment, and I'll get to that, because I look at all of them. And I hope everybody has a great day, or great night, depending on where you are, or what time of day. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.